Nope. All right, welcome back. You're still watching Morning Live on SABC 2 and SABC News Channel 404. Still coming to you live from Coligny. We're here to talk about the incidents that unfolded for the past few weeks and to find the way forward, really, as to see how all the citizens can live in peace and harmony in this area. MEC Matlhabane, let me just go back to you. I know there is a forum that was introduced to look into the issue of racism in this area. Talk to us about that forum.
No, thanks. You'd understand that one of the Fifth Administration's concrete is called RHR, Reconciliation, Healing and Renewal. And what we have done, we have worked with the community to establish that forum. A meeting was held where each ward nominated 6 people to participate in the forum. The forum so far, as surely you have evidenced in the media, worked with the community to even begin the process of cleaning the streets in Coligny, in Tlhabologang, even here in town. So we had a meeting yesterday for me just to get a sense and a feedback on the processes unfolding down there. We see a group of individuals who have turned into a well-oiled team to ensure that they reconcile, they heal, and they renew themselves as Tlhabologang, as Coligny.
Who are you talking about? Who's reconciling with who here? Who is represented in that forum?
Thanks for asking. Various sections of the community per ward, both white and black, if we really have those colors.
Yeah.
In
all right.
human
So
beings.
Are they working together?
They were here yesterday with me, working together.
Yeah, but this Reconciliation, Healing and Renewal program, it's not necessarily a new program. It has always been in existence here in the province. What has it achieved in terms of bringing that desired reconciliation? I mean, if we are seeing these incidents unfolding, is it really working?
I think we need to understand the deeper facts about racism. It's not a matter that can heal overnight or can be resolved overnight. It's a process, it will take time. I normally say to people, just consider yourself when you're hurt. When you are hurt today, the next day you will still be reeling out of that hurt. It will take time for you to heal. You don't heal at the same time. Relate to funerals in your own family, people that you are close to.
But is it really fair to have community members living in this area telling us that racism has become the order of the day in this area? We are so used to it to an extent that it's been engraved in us. We do not necessarily see anything wrong with it anymore. Is it really what we want in society?
Hence, we established, through the leadership of the Premier, that program to really deal with such matters throughout the province. And I think we need to make an appreciation where there are inroads in ensuring that communities relate without boundaries of color in the province. There are instances where this program is really working. But as we are saying, it's a process.
Yeah.
And I don't think we need to restrict the program of RHR to black and white. We'll give you an example that we were together with you in Stilfontein. In Coligny. In Rio Hotel, we were talking where we were reconciling those who were convicted, gangsters, with the community. That program is working quite well in that respect.
All right.
So let's not restrict it to color.
All right, I've got to move on to the EFF media. When we got in this to this area yesterday, just before lunchtime, we saw members of the EFF camping in town, and later on they moved to the location. Talk to us about the decision behind having members camping in the area. What are you aiming to achieve?
Thank you very much. As the EFF, we have always been behind communities. Where there are protests, we have always been there to assist the community to discover as to what the problems of the communities are. Now, what happens as the EFF, we have been following this case. We have actually been assisting the community with this case. We have organized a meeting that will be held on Tuesday with the community also in the villages close by and the township to ensure that we uproot the problems that the communities are having so that we can map up a way forward to assist our community. Now, we have a problem as the EFF with a term that is being loosely used, the term of reconciliation. The question is, who do you want to reconcile with? Do you want to reconcile where there is no justice? It can't be. We must make sure that people are willing to reconcile before we can talk about reconciliation. Now, as the EFF, we are saying, let us get what the community problems are, what are the issues. We must note that where there is still denialism, like we hear today, that the protests were not caused by racism, we are not going to get a solution. We must admit that the problems in Coligny were caused by the racism that exists in the area of Coligny. Coligny is a very racist area. Lichtenburg is a very racist town. Now, our people, as you say, are used to this kind of treatment, and it becomes a problem. As you may be aware, on that particular day as well, on Wednesday, we have been here for the whole week. On Wednesday, we went to the family of the poor child that was murdered. Now, we were in the township for the whole day. There were no visibility of police in the area. But as soon as you move to the areas where there are farms, where there are white people, they are being guarded, you are being asked what you're going to do, where are you going? Now, it's a problem that we are having, that if we don't change our mentality as South Africans, we are not going to get solutions to it. Right. Now, we need to change our mental status. All
right. Now, we'll get to that issue because we also saw some police nyala around town and through the farms, but nothing, like you said, in the location that we saw. I'll get the general to respond a little bit later on. Now, when violence erupted, I think it was after the accused were granted bail on Monday, your commander-in-chief, Julius Malema, tweeted that he had just received information that AfriForum will deploy private security to the farms that are white-owned. Do you know anything? Have you seen any deployment of private security? I'll let the Freedom Front Plus to respond to that one as well. But as the EFF, have you seen anything?
I must indicate that what the Commander-in-Chief had tweeted was after the AfriForum themselves had confirmed on media to say that's what they were going to do. I may not have personally seen security because I don't even know their attire that they have sent through. But the point is, he tweeted what was said by the AfriForum themselves.
All right. Dr. Peter Groenewald, in terms of security, has there been any deployment of private security to the farms?
I don't know what exactly, how strong the deployment was, but let me put it quite straight. Everybody has a constitutional right to protect him or herself. And there's nothing wrong to deploy private security to protect you. Because we saw that about 4 to 5 private houses were set alight. Yeah. So the police had a problem. So it is quite understandable. But I also want to come back. So firstly, I want to say there's nothing wrong to protect yourself.
Yeah, we know it's a right. We just needed a confirmation.
No,
if it was done.
Of course, some people did get private security. How many, I don't know. But I want to come back to the
Were you party to the deployment of that private security? Were you party to AfriForum's decision?
No, I'm not in the security business. I'm a politician. I'm a member of Parliament.
I'm asking if you were working hand in hand with AfriForum.
So what I want to say, I want to come back to
what's the answer? Maybe I didn't get it. So you're saying you were not party to that?
I say, did you say anything that I call people to get private security?
That's the question that I posed.
And that was nothing wrong if they wanted to do that.
No, that
I
we know.
want to come back to racism. No, I want to come back to racism.
Mr. Groenewald, please, we're here to get answers. Please, let's not get personal. I'm asking you.
Sorry, let's get that straight.
Yeah.
You asking certain questions to certain people to create a perception. It's exactly what the general said. The media, wants to manipulate it in a certain direction.
I'm afraid we're reporting. I'm afraid we're reporting on the issues. No. Give me a chance
wait.
I'm directing the program, so I'm going to give you a fair chance to respond.
Give me a fair chance also to respond on the racism.
To the issue. Yeah, we're going to get to. Of course, we're going to get to that.
We're running out of time.
No, we have all the time. Believe me, we have all the time on the show. So you're saying that you don't know anything. We know it's a right. Everyone can deploy security to their own private property. It's a right. We know that. So we just needed clarity if you know anything. So you're saying that it's got nothing to do with the Freedom Front Plus?
No, nothing. Okay. But why are you asking the question if you know it's a right?
We needed a confirmation on that.
Well.
All right. Now,
if people have the right to protect themselves, it's quite natural if they do it.
On to racism then.
Right,
yes.
On racism. Firstly, I want to say, And I see the parents of the deceased. My sincere sympathy towards you. It is sad to lose a son to death. So my condolences I want to express to you. But I also want to say, there's a perception in South Africa that if you talk about racism, it is only white people who can be racist. That is wrong. Just yesterday, we heard about a white farmer at Wome in KZN. Black people poured petrol over him and set him alight. So if I get to the media, every time there's a white farmer get murdered in South Africa, then we will not going to reconciliate in this country. Everybody condemns racism. Yep. The Freedom Front Plus, everybody condemns racism. Okay. So we must stop. If we talk about racism, to have the idea it's only whites that can be racists. Blacks can also be racist. True. Depending on what you are doing.
True.
And if we say that we want reconciliation in South Africa, then you're not going to get reconciliation. If the president of this country goes around and say everything that went wrong and is going wrong in South Africa is because of the white people in South Africa. If you want to blame the white people for everything that's going wrong, if you say that the white people have stolen the land, are you think you're going to get reconciliation? So if we talk about reconciliation, then the responsibility is on the senior politicians, the president of this country. But he does not comply to that. Right. And that is, before we don't get that right, before we don't say, listen, we're all part of South Africa.
Okay.
The white people want to build South Africa.
I know you complained about time. We're going to take the news at 8 in our studios in Johannesburg. When we come back, I'll give you more time to talk about what needs to be done going forward to enforce that reconciliation. It's 8 o'clock. It's time for your news update. Leanne has all the details in Johannesburg.